We can have different interests, but at core, our values, I feel, should be very similar for us to be friends.
Friend. And then it is this person whom every now and then, we're trying to get across to each other and we are growing. He or she is helping me grow. I am also helping the party grow as well.
Time, Tales of Friendship is basically about stories around friendship, the good, the bad, and everything. Today we'll be discussing about who a friend is. The topic is who is a friend, and we have two amazing people joining us today. We have two amazing people, Antonietta Kalunta and Babalola Matthew. So basically, I know that we all need friendship, but we need quality friendship, not just fake friendship, and not just having friends because we need to have friends. We need quality friendship. I think the key word is quality. We need good friendship. We need people who can actually talk to us when we are getting it wrong, when we're going the other way, someone who can actually chastise us. So we need quality friendship with the keyword on quality. So the part where we really have to advise ourselves how we have to be better friends to our own friends as well, because it's not all about sitting here and saying, oh, I have fake friends, I have friends who are not really showing me what friendship means, showing me the support, being my support system. Are you a support system to someone? Do you support your friends? I think maybe just give us a definition. Who is a friend to you?
Okay, a friend for me is this person that you trust, who has become your go-to person, whom you both are growing together. That is who a friend is to me. Because if I have a friend, I should trust the person. And my trusting the person means that we share a lot of things in common. By sharing a lot of things in common, we make each other happy. We are fun. When we are together, there is always this element of fun. Yeah, that is a friend. And then it is this person whom every now and then, we're trying to get across to each other and we are growing. He's helping me grow. He or she is helping me grow. I am also helping the party grow as well.
So while you're talking, I think I picked a keyword, which is trust. You said a friend is
Exactly.
someone who you trust. Because I don't
Yeah.
know, do you know I've come across people dealing with friendships where there is actually no trust. They'll say, I beg, that's how that guy is. So don't do that thing around him. Oh, he's this, he's that. Oh, I really don't trust him. So why is he still in your circle? Why is he your friend? Someone you don't trust. If there's no trust, then
The,
there's no
the,
friendship.
the thing
What's
is,
this
right?
feeling?
I think it boils down to how we choose our friends. Some of us get to, or rather, how friendship gets to happen. Some of us choose our friends. So, for example, if I choose this person as my friend, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person chooses me as his friend. So I am his
Mm,
friend. Meanwhile, he is not my friend.
mm,
Do you
mm,
understand?
mm,
So the person would, of course, he cannot break bounds or do some of he cannot sacrifice anything for me, but I am the one
mm,
sacrificing a lot for him. So I won't be,
mm,
for me, it's not defined. And as a matter of fact, the person has rights to do whatever it is he or she has to do because he has not accepted the fact that he is my friend. I am the one saying he is my friend. He is not saying I am his friend. So if I chose him, I definitely should be ready to put up with whatever kind of anomaly he brings on board. Maybe he is not trustworthy, and for him, he is living his life. He is enjoying it to the best. So it's me now who
mm.
gets to be hot because I am waiting for him to leave someone else. To live for someone else, and he's not ready to live for someone else. So I will definitely look at him as somebody who is not trustworthy. Perhaps did he say I should trust him?
Mm,
So that's
mm.
it.
So here is Antonietta. I'm sure Babs will join us from time to time. Here is Antonietta. Antonietta is an actor and a presenter. And I tell you, she is a fine actor. Guys,
Thank you.
Nigerian submission to Oscar 2020. She is the lead actress in it, The Milkmaid. This is a fantastic actor. Also, she featured in Castle and Castle Season 2. You should go watch it and see her in action. It's nice to have you here, Antonietta.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Honestly, I am too. So, I think when you left, we're talking about friend and what you call friend in your local dialect. So what do you call friend in your local dialect, Antonietta?
I believe that would be Eni. Eni.
Any. Any.
Yes, me.
Oh, ye. Okay. That's Igbo.
Yes, that's Igbo. Eni. Eni, my friend.
My friend. Oh, beautiful. Honestly. Okay, so how do you define friend? To you, who is a friend? How do you define friend?
Okay, so when Becca sent me the lineup of the questions, I wanted to go and browse, so I can come and sound, but I thought about it and I was like, let me just come and tell you people like really what my mind is and like how I feel about like friendships. Because we live in a society where, you walk into the workspace and somehow you're uncomfortable to call people your colleagues. I don't know if it's the same for you, but I sometimes feel uncomfortable, especially outside the work circle when I see someone. So generally I just say, oh, it's my friend, somebody I knew from
Friend.
school. I'm like, it's my friend. Everybody is my friend. So, because
Definitely.
somehow we don't like to say acquaintance, colleagues, those other words, because somehow it might be offensive. We feel like it might be offensive. But I feel like generally, when all that is said and done, you need to define for yourself who your friends are. Because you don't expect someone that is a colleague to act as a friend, to be there for you, to even most of our colleagues, whenever you quit the job or you resign or something happens and you're no longer there, you realize you guys probably don't even talk anymore because most of that friendship was like around work. So I feel like my
Mm-hmm.
definition for a friend would be someone who shares similar values with me and who I can be in company of regularly, because I'm not someone who likes to, body up and hang out a lot with people who like are very different, to share different values. We have different principles. We don't enjoy the same things. So I don't know how much I can call you my friend if we're not there, if you're not somebody I can come and stay in your company within for a long time. So for me, friendship is company, it's a companion. A friend is a companion, and if you're my companion, it means I can rely on you for certain things. I can trust you to have my back. I can, ask you for stuff. I can share your wig. They recently were dragging somebody for sharing her friend's wig, and so that's in my head. So I'm like, I can share your wig if you're my friend.
Oh, beautiful. So, something I picked from your definition is that a friend is someone you actually share similar values with. So it
Yes.
means if your values do not align, then you're not friends.
For me, I wouldn't say we're friends because there will be so much conflict. We can't really enjoy the same things for a long. I can't be in your company for such a long time because definitely those frictions will start to come in. We can have different interests, but at core, our values, I feel, should be very similar for us to be friends.
Great. You also said a friend is a companion. I think those were the things I actually picked from your definition. And before you joined, I had said that for me, a friend is someone you're fond of. A friend is someone you actually share a mutual connection with.
Yeah.
Because people just say, "Oh, Becky, I thought that guy is your friend. Oh, I thought that babe is your friend. Oh yeah, maybe we are colleagues, but we are not friends because there is no mutual connection here."
Connect.
Unless, okay, maybe the person is a secret admirer or a shadow pal. If not, I mean, it has to be mutual for us to be friends.
For
It
you
has
to
to be
be friends.
mutual. So for me, that is actually cool. Yes, and sometimes your colleague can end up being your friend. But most times your colleagues are your colleagues, they're acquaintances. They're not really your friends. So, Antonietta, do you choose your friends or your friends choose you?
For me, I choose my friends because I'm very deliberate about the
Okay.
people I hang around with. So I definitely know I choose my friends. I have some friends right now that I know I worked to earn that friendship because I felt like, oh, I like this person, I like this person's vibe. and I feel like this person is driven. I like people that are driven, they're ambitious, they're willing to do stuff. Those are the type of people I like to keep within my circle. And then again, it comes back to values. So I feel like we value the same things. And then since I feel like you have a vibe, I like your vibe. So for me, I feel like we can connect, you can be a companion for me, so I work towards ending that friendship, because I don't feel like friendship is just something that just always happens. Sometimes it happens because maybe you were classmates or your colleagues, like you rightly said, but sometimes, especially if it started from maybe a random meeting that might never happen again, friendships like that have to be worked. So for me, yes, I choose my friends. There are some people that you see them coming on to you, oh, let's hang out, let's do this. I'm like, no, because I just don't feel like it works. It works for me for us to be all buddy and friends. So no, I choose my friends.
So you have to feel it. It has to be something you want. So at no point you can tell us now with some level of confidence that all your friends were people you actually chose. Nobody forced him or herself on you to say, Antoinette, I want to be your friend. They always keep calling you. They always, oh, Antoinette, can I take you out? Antoinette, can you come with me? So all the people you have now as friends, you chose them.
I wouldn't say all, because just like I feel like friendships are worked, it could be both ways. So there are certain people in my life that when we started out, I didn't really feel like we vibed on the same level. I didn't feel like we had that connection for us to be friends, but they were consistent. There are people that are consistent in your life over time, and somehow you just realize that, okay, they are now companions for you. Literally, I can reach out to them for stuff. I can call them and say, oh, I'm in town, let's hang out, let's do this. It didn't start that way for me because I didn't feel like, oh, there was that connection. But it goes down to values. I didn't have a problem with their values, which sort of, but I just didn't feel we had the connection, which is why over time we were able to become friends. So yeah, there are a few people who they were the ones that worked the friendship, and then here we are, we're friends now. So it goes both ways for me.
Of course, and sometimes when people are all over you, they want to be your friend. It feels forced. Like, must we
Yeah.
be friends? It feels forced. They just like you, and sometimes, to be honest, they genuinely like you. It's not like they have any hidden
Yes.
agenda. They just love you. How you do your things, how you talk. They just want to be friends with you. They want to be associated with you. They've seen something in you that they want people to associate you together, with. And there's
Yeah.
nothing ulterior about whatever they're doing. But you just don't like their vibe. You don't want them. And I mean, to be fair, no one can arrest you for that.
And I feel like everybody has to get to
All
that
right.
point where you
Anyways,
realize,
are you
even like me, there was someone who I really wanted to be my friend. It didn't happen because I just felt like I was giving in too much, and I was the person on the other end at this point because I really liked her. We're working together. So I was putting in a lot of effort for this not to just not be some colleague kind of friendship, putting in all that effort. And I realized I wasn't getting anything back. So I started to take the hint that this was probably not a friendship she wanted. And yes, I liked her. Yes, I wanted to be her friend, but it's something I had to accept. And I feel like we all have to get to that point where it's not everybody that you want to be your friend that will. Maybe for her, there was no vibe. Maybe it was values. I'm not sure. But like, yeah, she didn't want it. It wasn't. And I feel like friendship has to go both ways. It can't be one sided.
honestly? Honestly, it does. It does. So, before we bring Babs on board, I want you to answer this question. Are you a one-man mopo, or you actually believe in cliques? Do you belong to a group of friends, or you just love to be alone? Which?
For me now, it's very difficult because I'm like one of these people you call the popular loners, because I vibe with the cliques. Take, for example, when I was in school, there were so many cliques, and somehow I fit into almost all. But then again, I wasn't really a part of it. So they could do stuff, and I wasn't aware. I feel like I'm a one man pole at the end of the day. But I don't mind cliques because I feel like they give you
Mm.
cover, you know, they give you company, and it's just not one company. Say your best friend is not around, that means you're dead. So at least with a click, you have other people you could reach out to when your best friend is not there. So I feel like clicks are important, but mostly I'm a one-man mopole. I don't know how to deal with all that energy every single time. So it's just easier for me to like vibe with the clicks and be able to get lost without anybody really looking for me.
All right, so you're saying there's nothing wrong with cliques, but you are just more of a one-man mopole.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
sometimes I feel that within cliques, there are still cliques.
exactly. Exactly. That's the thing because I don't feel like it's just like going on a date with a couple. You're going to be a third wheel at some point. Like within cliques, there are three that are the closest. Then within those three, there are like two that are closer. Because at the end of the day, we still have to vibe with individuals. Individuals. So you might like everybody, but there's just that one
True.
confidant you would have within the clique that you know this person. Okay, this is my person. And as long as it works for everybody within the clique, then I guess.
Okay, so do you have a best friend? Do you believe in the concept of best friend?
No, I don't.
Your best friend is watching now, Kenyatta.
I don't. I don't. I don't because I feel like primarily different people fulfill different needs. Say, I have a friend I talk to like every single day of my life, and literally, it might not be even a serious conversation. It could just be I saw it funny and I send it, but every single day we talk. But there are certain conversations that I might not have with him. There, I have a girlfriend who is also a close friend that I would have with her. There are conversations I won't have with her, I'll have with someone else. So I feel like I have a circle of close friends that fulfill different needs. To pick one and say, this is the best friend, I don't still understand the concept because is it like every single thing has to be embodied in that one person? Because for me, I've not met that person that fulfills all of that I got. So no.
Okay, so what do you have to say about those who are all about best friends? You know, oh, that's my BFF, that's my best friend. Do you think there's something that actually does for them?
I don't know. I feel like genuinely some of them, the that best friend meets all their needs. I don't know. Because I know a couple of people who have like best friends and it's their best friend this, their best friend that, their best friend. But I feel like when your best friend is not around, what do you now do? Every other person knows that they are not your best friend. So for people like me, it's easier to vibe. Because like when I know that I'm not the ace, I'm like your second wheel because your best friend is not around. I don't know how the friendships work for them, but I think it does. And I feel like innately, it's just all of us are looking for somewhere to connect and somewhere to bond. And if that does it for you, some people are those kind of people that they just want to pick one person and have to deal with that alone. They don't want the stress of having to keep all these other relationships. And then for people like me, on the other hand, we just don't feel like one person can fulfill all of those needs. And I don't think it's even fair to expect one person to be your confidant on relationship, be your confidant when you want something funny, be your hangout buddy. I have friends that I could talk to like when I really want to cry. Those are the people I'll go to. And then they're not the guys to go out and play around and go to places to hang out with because they're not interested in stuff like that. So would I now kill my desire to go out because I want to choose just that part? I feel like for me, I'm just able to,
One person.
find.
Okay, so from you, I get the fact that it's limiting. It's limiting to just have one person. That one person you go to. That one person you want to be with. At the end of the day, when the person is not available, then it means you can't do you. So we hear you. Thank you, Antonietta, for the conversation so far. I would like to bring on board Babs at this point. So before Antonietta joined, you had commented on what friendship is, who a friend is, so we won't go back on that. So I'll just ask you, you choose your friends or your friends choose you?
Okay, I think I had already dropped that in the comment section while following up what Antonetta was saying, but I'll just go on. It is both ways for me. Largely, I choose my friends. I choose my friends. But then there are occasions where people actually get to choose me. Even when they choose me, I still get to choose them too.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you choose me and I figure that, okay, this person is doing a lot in terms of trying to, buy his or her way into my circle, I screen the person. I have moral standards, I have my social standards, I have my principles. So I try to look at my lifestyle and how possible we can blend, how possible we can be friends. And if it doesn't work outrightly, I don't just bluff about it and say, hey, this is it, we can't be friends and all that. No, I deliberately give this cold reactions to it, hoping that the person will be wise enough to take a step back. Because definitely when somebody is giving you a cold feet, you definitely find out. For example, you call me and instead of returning the call, I don't return the call. Maybe till after days and not like I'm busy or something. You drop me messages on chats. I will not respond to them until maybe after 3 days, and I'll be like, oh, how far? I saw this message sometime from this blah blah blah. But from there you definitely decipher if this person actually wants you to be in his company or not. And then in the occasion where I have to choose my friends, of course, I have to scale them. Do they fit into my kind of life? My kind of life is a bit different from every other guy out there. So I look out for people we can commune together, because it's about communication, it's about companionship. Does this person meet my level of companionship that I am looking for? If the person does, then of course we happen. Very, 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 very few occasions I have actually seen people that I see virtue in, people that I look up to on different grounds, maybe spiritually, socially, professionally, academically, and what have you. So if I see that the person have tendencies to fit into what can help me grow, in my definition of a friend, I mentioned that we grow together, people that we grow together and all that. If I see that this person can help me grow in this area, or we can collaborate to achieve growth amongst ourselves, then I find a way to initiate conversations. From conversations, we will get to know if we are actually like minds. And as we communicate, just one brief conversation of about 5 minutes, I would know if this person can be my friend or I can be his friend. From there, we can pick it up. I have had a series of friends that just came in, and 2-3 days we discovered that we cannot just blend. Male, females in the professional industry, we just get to be friends for a day or two, and your conversation is not meeting mine. Hello, it gets to be boring, and that's not definition of friendship. So yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you for this submission. Someone is asking in the comment section, Alubem says, must we have friends? Please, can you respond to that? Must we have friends?
Okay. It depends on you, truly. But I think that you always would need somebody to talk to. I think you need somebody to talk to. It might not be a friend, but somebody that you can rely upon. Eventually, the person will become friend anyway. So if I have this burden that I want to share, like people say, problems shared are half solved. If I have this peculiar problem and I've been trying to deal with it on my own and it's not working, maybe because of the lack of trust that has made friendship watered down, people get to talk to counselors or therapists or what have you. But these are actually situations where you can actually talk to somebody around you, who you believe that his opinion will help you. I think there is the need for such, except for occasions where people have actually suffered heartbreaks from platinum from this type of relationship. You trust someone so much, and the person gets to betray you or disappoint you, and then you're like, oh, then there's really no point. You talk to this person about your topmost secret, and the person goes around gisting about it with other people. Then you lose trust in them. As such, one can resolve into saying there is no need having friends because they could be bunch of betrayals. But in the ideal truth, the person might not be the person you go to every now and then, but I think you need somebody that you can always talk to.
Great submission there. Like we said, this show, Tales on Friendship, is about all sides of friendship, the good, the bad, and the ugly sides. Now, any choice at all you make in life, there are always the pros and the cons, right? There are always the
Exactly.
good sides and the bad sides. There's always something attached to it. So you just choose what you want. There are benefits to good friendship. I mean, not fake friendship, quality friendship. They help you
Exactly.
with your mental health, academically, spiritually, physically, anything else. So sometimes you're broke. Who do you reach out to? A friend. And you say, Babs, can I get something from you? You say, oh, okay, I have just 2K with me. Take this 1K and hold the 1K. There is always something a friend can do for you. But sometimes some people have very terrible experiences with friends, and they say, okay, you know what? I want to be a one-man mopo. I want to be a loner. That's how I can function. Fine. You can then choose and be you. But then we should know ultimately that there's actually benefits to having friends, as much as there are maybe some bad
Exactly.
sides to it. So you have to be ready. It comes with the full package. It comes with the whole package. So you have to be ready for it.
Anyways,
So we've
okay.
spoken a lot about who a friend is, who a friend is not. And I would just like to take us through this journey, these stages of friendship, and then we would take questions on them. From my readings, I have come to realize that there are actually different stages in friendship, and I have concluded for them to be five, and I am calling them the strangers level. Your strangers, then your acquaintances, your casual friends, your close friends, your intimate friends. When at that stranger level, when you're just strangers, you really do not know this person. You do not know them.
Mm,
Sometimes you come to work, you're taking public transport, you meet public drivers all the time. They are strangers, you don't know them. If anyone should ask you something about them, you can't even remember. They are strangers, you really do not know them. Then we move to the next one, the acquaintances. These are basically people
okay.
you share a community with. Something just brings you together. You are not really choosing them, but the circumstances warrant that you work together. And that is why they are your colleagues, your classmates, your neighbors. You have no choice. You have to talk to them, right? But you do not
Exactly.
know them, really. You do not know them that way, maybe beyond their names and the community that actually brings you together. If you attend the same church, you attend the same club, you attend the same school, or you work at the same space. Now we move on to, and those are acquaintances, right? Then we move on to casual
Yeah.
friends. Now, casual friends are the acquaintances that you now talk to, the ones you now share
Mm,
something with, the ones you can now go to. I mean, at a place of work there are those colleagues of yours that when you see, you can recently talk about that movie. Have you seen that movie? Oh, have you heard that song? You talk about it, and that is the end. Once you leave, you've left. But you cannot talk to other colleagues like that. But there are just those people. Those ones are what your casual friends. Then there are some that you have
yes.
graduated to close friends because you really know them. You share interests, you're emotionally attached to them. You go out together, you hang out. If you don't see them, you call them. You are committed to them. Those are close friends. And mostly, I think people, when they refer to friendship, to friends, they actually refer to that level of friendship, the close friends. Because I mean, we are close. I know you, you know me well. You know what I want. You know what I'll say that you would do that will upset me, so you won't do it. You know me that well, right? They will now have the
Mm,
highest level, the intimate friends. So that one is where
mm,
we have the BFF. Some people don't believe in the intimate friends, don't believe in BFF. BFF is someone that your family members even know, someone who doesn't need permission to come visit you, because you're like
mm.
siblings. They already know the person
Your
in your
family
house,
already.
even your family house. The person can visit, at any time, because they know that person as your intimate friend. This is one person you can tell anything. This is that person that people, when they are telling you, don't tell anybody, or don't tell anybody, they do not consider that person, because you are most likely going to tell that person. That is,
Exactly.
you tell the person everything. So these are the levels for me, from strangers to acquaintances, casual friends,
Yes.
close friends, and
Close
intimate.
friends and
Now,
intimate
Babs,
friends.
you have friends, right?
Of course.
Do you actually, can you categorically just, I mean, do you know where they belong to in your life? Say, oh, these ones are my casual friends. Do you actually have that picture in your head to say, oh, this person is just a casual friend? And oh, this
Giving
one's my,
your definition now, right? Giving your definition now,
yes.
you know, our personal definitions of friendship truly does not look deliberately into these keywords to define them. For example, sometimes we necessarily don't want to use the word acquaintance for people because maybe we do not want them to feel offended, or it could be offensive. But for me, I actually in these categories, I have people who fall in that category for me. There are people that we do not talk for 4 5 weeks and everything is okay. When we pick our phones to chat or to reach out to each other, maybe job is bringing us together, we speak as though we are family. When we are together, you feel the vibes that, oh, these people are close. But beyond there, I don't even know the state that the person is coming from, except if the person has a Yoruba name, and I'll be like, okay, maybe he's from one of the states in the southwest. So yeah, I have people that are in such categories. There are people that, and as soon as you just jump to being my close friend, you're most likely going to be my intimate friend, because from being strangers and we begin to become acquaintances, I will know if you will cross the next level. From the stranger level, I know that this person, I don't know him, I'm just meeting him, and I sort of have this very still presentation when I'm meeting you for the first time. I'll do the highest level of mumu, so that I will verify the kind of person you are. And then from how we begin to acquaint, definitely I will know if you even become casual friend. Because yeah, there's the tendency that the person would want to think he or she is smarter and need to take advantage of you on these grounds or the other. So definitely we all have those kind of friends. There are people that when you want to talk about, hey, somebody that I trust, bam, there's this person you can call. When you want to talk about something secretive about your life, maybe your career, your job, or what have you, you have this person that you can reach out to. But there's this person that is your next door neighbor. You people gist when there is no power. As a matter of fact, when you people finish seeing a football match, you argue it before you enter your rooms. But you cannot talk to that person about, hey, I have to pay some bills and I need money. You won't talk to that person about it. So unconsciously, you have already categorized that person to be away from your close friend or your intimate friend. There's this law I have. If you must visit me, you must pre-inform me. Whether in my house in Zaria or my house in Kaduna, if you are coming to see me, you must call me first. You cannot call me and say, hey, Babs, I'm at your gate. It's not possible. Whether you,
I'm not
yeah,
home.
but there are people that they will not call. And when they come around, you even be, oh, you are around. Oh my God, I'm coming to open the gate. You see that? So unconsciously,
Yeah.
you have principles that you have already set that people who are in the position of strangers, acquaintances, casual friends, or if you like even close friends, cannot breach. But these persons that have become very intimate to you, they break those protocols, and for you, that is it
Mm, mm.
for me about the categories. Yeah.
All right. Oh, beautiful. Good to know. I think we know we keep learning. We learn every day. And I think we all have that part of us where we truly understand our friends and we know their strength. So for instance, if I have a money problem and I need someone to advise me on how to spend this money, oh, do I need to save this, invest it, or just spend it? I know the friend that I will call. If I want to
Exactly.
shop and I know I need quality, something to shop, with great quality, and I know the friend to call. If there is something I need an advice for, something about my mental state, and I just want to cry and rant, I know the person to call. So we have
Exactly.
friends. They function differently. And people will look at them and say, "Oh, Rebecca, I think you are closer to that one. Oh, I think that is your best friend. Oh, you can keep choosing for me, but I know who is who. We know who is who."
We know who
Anyways,
falls in
but
what category.
yeah, we do. So, has it ever occurred that someone thinks of themselves higher than you actually placed them? I'll give the example. So, for instance, the person is just an acquaintance, or maybe closest, a casual friend, and the person thinks of him or herself as being your best friend, and from the way they even carry themselves and maybe something they do, you just feel like hold up, hold it, hello. Now, has it ever occurred to you? Has it ever happened?
Yes, yes. So,
Okay.
sometimes in 2019, I was invited in Abuja to do a conference. The conference is for web series. We're supposed to produce 100 episode, 30 episode of a serial, and 30 and 40 episode of a series for a YouTube page. I won't mention that here. We're not here to do publicity. So now, when
Okay.
I got there, I met this lady. I met this lady, and we were in same team. So they shared us. We were about 15. So they shared us into a team of four each. So she happened to be the team lead. Now, mostly, I want to bring a different opinion so that we can think vastly and don't reduce ourselves to a particular opinion. Now I discovered that each time I'm talking and we are arguing and trying to bring out points, is almost tea break time. So she'll be like, okay, she would excuse herself, let her quickly go get tea for us. And she'll bring me Nescafe. I don't take Nescafe, hello. So she did it once. And because I didn't want, it's a kind gesture, right? It's not nice that one disputes that kind of kind gesture. So I had to force myself to take Nescafe. The second time, it was going to happen. And I was like, okay, let me go get tea for us. And she's like, no, 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 Babs, I know you now. I know the things you like. I know this. I know you like this. And in my head, I'm like, no, I don't like Nescafe. Can you stop? I didn't know that over time, because maybe I stay up at night, would close the meeting at 10 p.m. and even up until 3, 4, I'm still up. She believes that there is something that is keeping me up. I don't drink, I don't smoke. So it should be Nescafe. It should be Nescafe.
Assumption.
Hello, did I tell you that? Come on, no. So yeah, at that point in time, I had to call her attention to that. Hello, see, you might think you know me. We barely met for 14 days or thereabout. So and I have several shapes of myself. There's several shapes of Babs. You have not met any of them yet. You are meeting the work type now. So at least let's understand that part so that we don't get offensive about ourselves. So yeah, that is it. People have tendencies to just assume this thing is what you. This is the position which they occupy in your place, and it's not true. Some point in time you need to verify. By verifying, you must not come to ask directly that, hey, Alpha, Becca, please tell me, where do you place me in your heart? I need to know. Situations will play themselves out. That is why a friend is somebody that you actually go to, somebody that you actually talk with. So from you people's conversation, you will know who places you in at what level. Let me set an example with as low as WhatsApp chats. There are messages on WhatsApp that can spend 10 days and you will not open them. Meanwhile, even as we are attending this live, somebody could send a message and you quickly use a second phone to send the person a beep. Hey, sorry, I'm in a live meeting. Sorry, I'll chat you later. But when somebody calls, you could just press it, you could just hit a button, the red button, bang, bang, stop it. Can you stop it already? That goes a long way to tell you that, hey, this person, the level at which you are in the person's life is not as you might be thinking. So it's important to know that so that you don't get to be heartbroken, because you could think that I know this person so much, I can take this decision for the person, I can take this or that for the person. Meanwhile, the person's lifestyle is even different from whatever you might be thinking of. So it's important to note that so that there won't be disappointments. Yeah.
Great. I think two things I got from your narration. First is that we should not be assuming, oh, I know this person. Oh, I know this
Exactly.
person. When the person hasn't told you or hasn't done something for you to believe so, you just make up assumptions. No, I think we should not be making up assumptions. We should be deliberate. If you can ask. If you want to observe,
Exactly.
observe. Do not make up assumptions. Also, I think it's a good thing that you actually told her that, okay, babe, you know what, sorry, I was just trying to not be rude and just trying to be nice, but I do not like Nescafe. you know So great, you told her. Yeah, I think when people make assumptions, such assumptions about us, we shouldn't keep quiet. And it's so terrible. Sometimes
Yeah.
people call us wrong names and we'll keep quiet. Maybe someone see me and say
Yeah.
Deborah, and I just be like, well done, sir. Oh, hey, hi. And the person keeps calling me Deborah, Deborah, Deborah every time. But my name is not Deborah. My name is Rebecca. So when people make assumptions about that, oh, I know
Nice.
this person. Oh, her name is Deborah. Just say, sorry. politely, but my name is not Deborah, my name
Agree.
is Rebecca. So just correct them. It will do two things.
Yeah.
It will correct them, and it will also tell them that they do not know what they think they do, you know. So I think that's
Exactly.
important. But then I would ask that, have you had that scenario where someone actually placed themselves somewhere else in your life other than where they are? Can you share with us?
Yeah. So as Babs was speaking, I remember this incident. It was still when I was in school. And girl clique, right? Girls were just talking, and somehow the conversation got to marriages, weddings. And somehow people were picking bridesmaids and all of that. And I was like, I'm not really sure. And someone, as I was saying, I'm not really sure, someone was saying, me, I already know what I'll buy to wear for your wedding. Meaning she had already chosen herself as my maid of honor because she was certain she was there. And I was calm because, like, even in the hierarchy of like close friends, she's like down, 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 down. And so I was wondering what I did to give her the impression that she was at that level. And I didn't say anything.
Mm.
Obviously, I didn't want her to feel bad. It was a very public space. But randomly, I think about it and I'm like, what made her think, oh, I dare to be my maid of honor? So definitely, for some reason, yes, we vibe, we talk, we hang out once in a while with other people. Not necessarily just us both, but I just don't know what I did to make her feel like we were there where she could be like my maid of honor.
Hmm. Interesting. When I was getting married, I also had that one person who was just, she would call me and was giving me advice on what color to use and what kind of makeup. Oh, you remember, Rebecca, I have seen with this kind of makeup, I think that is what you should use. Oh, this kind of color will actually fit your skin. That is what you should use. Hello, ma. What's going on?
How did we get here?
No, people actually do that thing a lot. They actually place themselves, where they are not in people's lives. And I think it's something we all should be wary about. I mean, ourselves. We should actually think about it. Are we placing ourselves, in some place that we are not in people's lives? Do I actually think of myself higher than actually how the person see me? So do I have this friend and I think, oh, I'm her best friend? But really, she doesn't see me as that. Really. So I
This is
think
very
it's
important.
actually also about us than, yes. Yes. So, Antonietta, what is your greatest fear about friendship?
Hmm. My greatest fear about friendship, I'm just thinking about this for the first time. But mostly, I'm a very private person. As much as I'm very public on social media and, you see me posting everything, I like to keep something sacred. I like people to know when, like, they should know. I curate my social media feed. So if you see me posting anything, I thought about it and I decided, yeah, I don't mind if everybody knows. But there are certain things that will happen in my life and I just want to keep it to myself. And so I don't like people to like break those boundaries. I have boundaries. And so it happened once. I went to do a job and I never really told people that I was going to do that job. And somehow I mentioned it to somebody and I didn't know the person mentioned it to other people. So when I went for the job, people started calling me and messaging
Hmm.
me and congratulating me. And I feel like that's my fear with friendship. I don't like you to like tell people my stuff. Like I should be the one breaking this news.
Be my
So for me,
business.
yeah, for me it's like
Mhm.
that's my biggest fear, to trust someone with something that I shouldn't have. There are those people you feel like you guys are there, but then again, you might not be. They might have that their own best friend that so they'll feel like they should tell. So
Mm,
for me, it's like letting someone in that I shouldn't.
mm. Okay, so can you mention great things that your friends have actually done for you, things you're grateful for?
Hmm. Top of the list, giving me money. If I don't mention that one,
Hey, I love friends that give money.
money. Yeah, I'm really grateful because sometimes you might be in a tight fix where, and because they are your friends, every other person is like, ah, you are bullying, you're this, but they're your friends, so they know that okay, things are not really that nice. So I have friends who would like send you stuff. So yeah, giving me money and like just being there when I need them, like when I need to talk. Sometimes you just want to talk about the problem. You know that in the immediate, nothing will solve it, but just like letting out everything that is bothering you and all those fears. So like just having friends that you can go to and share those things with, then again, and you trust that they would, it's not going to go out. And then thirdly, I think advice. Sometimes you feel like you are very smart, but when you're in this situation, it's just like people play. Usually those outside are always the ones to see all the moves and all the things you should have done. So I'm grateful for advice. My friends are like awesome in giving me great advice on what to do next and how to like solve stuff. So those three.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Antonietta. Before I think when you dropped off when Babs was here, someone was asking in the comment section that must we have friends? So can
Yes,
you respond to that? Must we
I
have
saw the
friends?
question. For me, I would say yes, you must. I know we like to live in a society where everybody's like, you know what, I can do this, I don't need you, I'm cutting bad friends, to hell with all the haters, all of those things, because, but I don't agree. I feel like innately, man desires for companionship. It might not be to the level of marriage, but you need friends. You need friends. It could be people within your family or people outside your family, but you need that bond, you need connection. If not, you might go, because the way we are created, we're a community people. If you see people who go into like drug addiction, primarily it has been traced to the fact that they need a community. They've been isolated. So like it's very bad for humans to stay in a position of isolation. No matter what you achieve, even if it's your career, you're chasing all of those things, and then there is nobody to come back home and share the wins with and laugh with and talk about that horrible boss or talk about what happened at the cab, then really you're going to start to look for other things, which may be substances, which may be social media in a negative way, but you're going to start to look for companionship and community with so friendship is just, for me, I feel like it's very important. You should have
Awesome. I think you've hit the nail on its head, because ultimately humans are social beings, right? We're
yeah
social by nature. And according to studies, according to research, it has been discovered that people with close friends, not just anyhow friends, not just acquaintances that just do hello, hi, people with close friends are actually happier. And people without close friends actually run into depression. Someone that doesn't have anybody to talk to, you run into depression before the person who has friend would do. Of course, we have high functioning depression where you laugh, you see the person laughing, and all that, but the person is actually dying. The person is actually dying. We have that. But I mean, the basics, the beginning of depression itself, you actually need friends around you because it will help you cope that. So I agree with you. I think it's actually really important that we have friends, people you can talk to, people you can cry to, people that can advise you. Sometimes they don't even need to advise you. You just need somebody to listen to you. Just rant. Just
run.
talk, just rant. Just rant. And then at the end of the day, you're good. I think that is actually quite important. Thank you, Antonietta. You answered two questions at the same time. First, mention great things your friends have done for you, like some sort of shout out to them. Then finally, your closing comments to your friends and our audience.
Okay. The great things that my friends have done for me. I'm very grateful to my friends that used to pray for me, that are always praying for me. I'm very grateful. Yeah, if I have a huge circle of friends, let me emphasize that friends. Yeah, are those actually that pray for me so much. Yes, for those who actually give me opportunities to try things out, I'm very much grateful. I'm so very excited about a very few of you guys. I love you guys. I love you so much. Even though you people don't used to give me money, one of them is listening. You people don't used to give me money. You people should be giving me money, oh, like Jazzy. Antonietta mentioned that. She's grateful to. My own friends don't used to give me money. They give me multi-million dollar, ideas
But they're
and
praying
financial
for you.
thoughts. Yeah, you are praying for me as well. Yeah, and for the people who are always adding to my speed in career, I owe them the utmost gratitude. Some of them are here. One of them is actually here. We are grateful to them. Thank you so much. The second question, I'm not sure I remember. Okay, you said what is my shout out? What is my last message for the
Final
viewers,
comment.
right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Please choose your friends. It's very important. Choose your friends. It will help you to be able to reduce your loneliness, because there are people that you are with that in your opinion they do not they don't deserve to know some things about you, so you are holding back some of those tendencies to always think alone, clamor your head alone. Meanwhile, you could talk to someone who could actually help you with some piece of advice, some words, somebody that you can cry on their shoulders and you feel very okay. But you keep crying on your pillow alone. Your pillow is not your friend. Leave your pillow alone. Go and choose that kind of friend of yours that will always be there for you to receive you. And as you choose your friend as well, be ready for whatever that it will come that might come out of it, because the person might choose to disappoint you. That does not mean that the institution of friendship is bad. The fact that
Mm.
this person that you chose to be your friend has chosen to disappoint you or to betray you, that does not mean the friendship institution is a bad one. I think the person has just chosen to be ignorant and unworthy of your friendship. On this note, I'd like to say thank you to Becca for this idea, for this wonderful platform to discuss things like this. For me, I've been able to talk now because I've been indoors for a couple of days and I've not said anything to anyone. So I'm very grateful. Thank you for seeing us worthy to be here to discuss this very sensitive topic. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for agreeing to be here. Because this is the first episode, it's quite broad and it's almost as if we keep talking. I mean, from
Yeah,
subsequent episode, we'll be quite specific on subject matters. I'll just treat them heads on.
straight up.
And I think one thing we have picked from here is the fact that friendships, are necessities. We cannot do without friendships. Of course, when we're looking out for friendships, we look out for great friendships, quality friendships. And beyond looking out for friendships, we should also be good friends to the ones we already have. We have friends, right? And we should learn to be good friends. I remember telling a friend of mine some time ago that I am tired. I just want to wake up one day to a world where there are no troubles, where there are no issues. And his response was, Rebecca, that's like wishing life itself away. That's
Mm,
you wishing life away. Because life comes with its hurdles. It comes with the ups and
exactly.
downs. There are days you're so happy and energetic and excited. And you're grateful for, oh, this my friend gave me money, like Jazzy. This my friend prayed for me. This my friend did that. But there are
Mm-hmm.
days your friend will fault you and you'll not be like, take friendship. You've forgotten the days that were good. You've forgotten the days that they were great, they were awesome. The days they were good friends to you, you forget about those days. Just because of one tiny thing the person has done, you'll be like, you betrayed me. Oh no, no, you're not my friend again. If you could say that about me, if you could do no spirit of forgiveness whatsoever, and then we'll say, I will be a loner. I'm not having friends again. Friends are bad. Hey, in this life, don't have friends, so that is
Exactly.
life itself. If you don't have the full package, I mean, that's what it feels like to be alive. So thank you very much, Babs, for joining me. I'll bring up Antonietta now to give her final comments. Thank you,
Thank you
Babs.
very
I'll,
much.
I'll
Thank you,
yeah.
viewers. I love you all. Bye bye.
Antonietta is here. Please, your final comments.
Okay, I think you already started off from what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Once again, we live in a society where everybody is quick to put a scissors, cutting off fake friends and all of that. And so I feel like my final comment is that nobody's perfect. Your friends are going to have flaws. They're going to have things you see, some of them as red flags, because even you have some of those flags, and we're all a work in progress, really. And I feel like you need to learn the things that should be managed. You can tell your friend, oh, I don't like it when you tell somebody stuff I told you. I don't like it when you show up in my house unexpected. I don't like it when you wear this stuff that I own. It's fine. Friends are human beings, and the best of every man is still a man. Your friends are going to offend you, not because they are bad people, but because they are just human beings. And so don't be so quick to put a scissors to your friendships. You need to give
Mm.
people a chance. Give room for mistakes. When it comes to friendship, you need to learn to give room for mistakes.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a wonderful submission. Let's learn to forgive. Let's learn to, give benefits of the doubt. Give
Yeah.
rooms for mistakes. Your friends are not perfect. So are you. You are not perfect. I am not perfect. Antonietta is not perfect. Babs is not perfect. You are not perfect. So when we offend our friends, we expect that they forgive us. And you just be like, why is Antonietta still doing that to me? I thought we were friends. I thought we were better than this. I thought we should have moved past this. But are you willing to forgive people when they actually do same to you? So we should not be so quick to cut off. Simple like that. Oh, no. And I know a lot of people who are actually sad. They're living a very sad, lonely lives because they don't have friends. They do not have friends. They don't hang out. They don't have anybody they're talking to. They're always alone. They're very quiet. They're sad. Why do you do that to yourself? In this world,
Find
we have
somebody.
lots of why would you do that to yourself? So please, let's work on ourselves and our friendship. Let's be better human beings. Let's be better friends. And I think the world will be a better place. Don't start thinking from our side outside rather than from outside in every time. Oh, what they're not doing, what they're not doing. Let's start thinking about what we are not doing and what we want to do, what we should do. And I think the world will be a better place. Our next episode is slated for next Saturday. I hope I'll see you here. We'll be talking about deal breakers. Deal breakers in friendship. What are your deal breakers? What are your red flags? What are things you want to look out for when you're choosing this person as a friend? When this person is choosing you as your as their friend. So please join us next Saturday. I'm so happy to have you here. You can still share this live if you haven't, because I mean people can always watch. We'll leave it on the platform. Thank you so much for joining. We promise not to take much of your time like this next time. Like I said, it's because of the first episode, so we took longer time going round and round and talking as broad as we can. Thank you so much, Antonietta. I'm honored that you graced this show.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for letting me talk
All
about
right.
friendship and reminding me of what it means.
Yeah, honestly. All right, thank you, everyone. We have come to the end at this point. I will see you next time, which is next Saturday by 2:30 p.m. West African time. Please have a beautiful day. If possible, be friendly to everyone you meet. Bye.